Still came through.
Okay, kind. Oh, yeah. They said it started with Monday. I know last time I took a statement. Shalom, everybody on the comment board. Just give us a second. Bear with us 1 second, trying to get something together.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Still Esau, bitch. They probably got like a time, you know what I mean? Timer, man. They can go no longer than 25 minutes. All right, Shalom. We the Brothers of Great Millstone, the church here in Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Yeah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that would be the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, would like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the brothers laboring in His work. And as always, you believe us, the Akim, as well as the Aquat that subscribe to the truth as well. So yeah, we back once again through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And this sitting right here is going to be simply entitled Urgent Times, you know? And there's an emphasis on the word time. Because when you consider all the rhetoric that's taking place, everybody either claim they have the answers or looking for the answers. Because we're in a time of crisis. So either you have a formula right now, you have to figure it out, or you identifying the problem and you acknowledging that there's a problem, or you either just looking for the answers altogether. Well, guess what? The doctrine that we possess is centered around prophecy. And with that, it goes hand in hand with time. See, this is the one teaching that you can't offset, you can't cancel out, you know, you can't put on pause. Like Esau can't call the time out right now, man. You know, things is happening, man. So that's that coincides with these teachings because everything is centered on. That's why when you read the scriptures, you hear the phrase "at that time" or "in that day," you know, in the latter time or whatsoever, man. Right? You got something?
Yeah, real quick. Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Yeah, for an appointed time. See, go ahead.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Matter of fact, hold me Wisdom of Solomon. I think it's 4. It started like 3. Go ahead.
It says, but at the end it shall speak
Yep.
and not lie.
And that's the time we're in. We're in the time of the end. And that's what happened. Everything manifests itself at the end, man. You know, if I hire you, for an example, to do a job for me for a particular day. Well, at the end of the day, he's going to judge. The day itself is going to gauge your work. I can't say at the beginning stages of that day or midday what how good of a job you're doing. But I can assess your work at the end of the day. That's what the scripture said. At the end it shall speak and not lie. So you go ahead.
God, it says, though it tarry, wait for it,
Mm-hmm.
because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah. Eventually the prophecies that's recorded in the scripture is going to come to pass. And we witnessing that right now. You know? So yeah, give me what you got. Start at 3.
Wisdom of Solomon 4:3. But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive.
Yeah, that's dealing with Esau. You know, this man's been in power, and his power has pretty much morphed and climaxed to what you see now. You know, he started off as a damn serpent. Now he has grown into a 7-head beast, dragon. You know, so that's the multiplying. Matter of fact, read that again.
It said, but the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive,
Yep, go ahead.
nor take the deep rooting from bastard lips,
Yep, go ahead.
nor lay any fast foundation.
Yeah, so his new world order will not be established. No matter how much this man plot and scheme and strategize, you know, the Lord's going to cancel out your diabolical schemes and intents and purposes, man. Why? Because according to biblical prophecy, the Lord is going to raise up the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. That's the next regime, if you will, that's set to govern over the planet Earth and beyond. Hey, guess what? It's going to be at the expense of Esau. Just like this man coming in power, us being at the bottom was a testament of Esau being at the top. So guess what? As we begin to be exalted by our Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, Esau is going to be a base. That's what you're witnessing right now. The construction, the building up of the house of David, and the destruction, the taking down of Esau. Okay? Give me what you got real quick. I'm going to
It's
go back.
on Ezekiel 17:24. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree.
Right, so we're in the process of the Lord bringing down the high tree, the so-called white man and his system. All right, go ahead.
Have exalted the low tree.
Yep. And simultaneously, the Lord is exalting the low tree, which that would be the children of Israel, again, starting with the elect, the house of David. Go ahead.
Have dried up the green tree.
Yep.
And have made the dry tree to flourish.
Yep. So the Lord is drying up the green tree. And you see that with America. America is drying up, man. The America, as you once knew, is not the same. This place has changed dramatically and drastically, man. The very plateau of America is not as you once knew it. It's drying up. You can't go and come as you please, man. You know, the things that, drew you to America, if you will, the things that made you cleave to America. That's shit out the window now, man. The Lord is working. See, the scriptures, the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, the decree given from on high, is now beginning to rest and settle here on the planet Earth. And that's in Isaiah the 55th chapter. As the rain come down and water and the buds begin to bud forth. But that's the effect of this word. This word is now the prophecies accomplishing what they've set out to do. Go ahead.
It says, having dried up the green tree
Mm-hmm.
and have made the dry tree to flourish.
Yep, and the Lord is now making the dry tree, again, which is the elect, in the 1/3, you believers out there, now we're beginning to flourish. Hey, it tells you in the 2nd Ezra the 6th chapter, faith shall flourish. See that? So now what you're witnessing is a transition of power. And guess what's the main contributing factor to it? Time. Time itself. You know, only thing to do is be patient and wait on Yahweh Shema. Matter of fact, give me 1 Peter 5. Go ahead.
Wisdom Solomon 4:3 again said, but the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take the deep rooting from bastard lips, nor lay any fast foundation.
Yep. So the so-called white man is not going to establish his new world order. Go ahead.
It said, for though they flourish in branches for a time.
For what?
A time.
Yeah, for though they flourish in branches for a time. Right. This man had a time when he was on top. He had a time saying like the so-called white man couldn't be moved. Everything that he did, whatever he put his heart, his mind, his desires towards, man. This man in his pursuit to power, this man toppled kingdoms and regimes. This man set up shop, established his authority by setting up embassies and military bases, seized the control of the resources of the planet Earth. Pretty much this man cornered the market. And he ruled, he dominated. What you're witnessing in the so-called white man in his reign of terror could be considered somewhat of a dynasty, man. But that was only for a time. Read that again.
It said, for though they flourish in branches for a time.
Yeah, though they flourish in branches for a time. And that's bad. That's why Yahweh Shai said, consider the fig tree, because when you consider the prophecies, they are interchangeable with tangible things. You can look at tangible things to drive home spiritual points. So when the Lord said consider the fig tree, you consider a tree or a plant or a bush, it has a time to flourish. It flourishes in its season, it grow, it bud forth. The tender branches begin to grow and bud forth. But eventually what happened as the seasons change, that bush, that particular tree or branch, it begins to change. And that's the same with rulerships, man, and kingdoms. Esau had his time where his branches flourished, but now we're in a time where it's withering up, it's drying up. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the book of Psalm 37. I started verse 9. It said, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth.
Yep, wait. See, you caught that? Time. It goes back to time, man. That's why the scriptures emphasize, it stress patience. When you read Sirach, the 2nd chapter, woe to them who have lost patience. Because you got to remember, the Heavenly Father is referred to as the husbandman, which goes into being a planter or a farmer. And that's the one line of work what requires patience. If you're a farmer, there's nothing you can do. You got to clear it by the seasons. You plant the seed in this respectful season, then you got to sit back and wait for the results, man. And that's what we at in this process. The seed been planted. The word, which is the seed, it been planted. The prophecy's been here. But it had to go through its natural process. It had that seed, it had to be watered. It had to get light. Meaning you had to go out there on the internet. You had to be seen. Then all of a sudden now it's blossoming, man. And coming into its perfection. See? Go ahead up.
It says, for yet a little while.
See, yet a little while. Go ahead.
And the wicked shall not be.
And we in that time. That proves how powerful this book is. Because when that was written, that wasn't that little time. Esau hadn't even came into his power yet, man. In relation to this beast system. So that proved that this scripture was meant to be read tonight. And, in this lifetime, man. In a little while, go ahead.
It said, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
Yeah, the Lord's going to get rid of this. He's going to get rid of that cancer, man. See that disease. Okay, so give me what you got.
Kind of this Daniel 2 in verse 21. He changed the times and the seasons. He removed kings and settled up kings.
That's beautiful. He changed the times and the seasons, and in the same breath, it says he removed and set up kings, man. See, this is what this teaching entails. That's why the average nigga, you can tell a nigga, real talk, you can tell just a low life, low level nigga if he can't get this word. If he can't somehow digest this word, if you can't pick up on these teachings, that means you don't have a royal class mentality. You got to remember, what's the overtone of this? The kingdom of heaven. This is concerning the rise and fall of kingdoms, man. And that's how convenient. The one people that need to hear a message like this. The one people that got their ass whooped. And you saw it all come together. You got whipped. You got hung. You got your land taken from you. Oh, you got your nationality taken from you. You've been downtrodden. You've been abased. So now here's a doctrine that have come forth that promotes you being raised up into rulership, man. Oh, that's why the Lord said, is Israel homeborn slaves? See that? Go ahead,
It says, he removed kings and settled up kings.
That's what this is all about. If it's not in you to see the fall of the so-called white man, if you can't find it in your heart to embrace the idea of a hard change of rulership, then this doctrine not for you, man. Simple as that. Hey, the Lord made the job easy for us. It's not like Christianity, like you gotta, convince, put on a song and dance to make them up. No, our thing is just to put the word out there, and if it registers with you, if it resonates with you, then you potentially could be part of that precious elk numbered amongst the elect, man. But that's as far as it go. We ain't gotta go above and beyond the call of duty to do backflips to get you to get it. See? Go ahead, Al.
It says he removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
And that goes into, I think we briefly touched on that at camp, that wisdom is given to rulers. Even so, the so-called white man had a certain amount of wisdom. He was given a rule. That's why you see his technology. Hey, even when you go back to the ancient Egyptians, they had a certain technology. They had wisdom. They was given. That's why. Matter of fact, give me that real quick. And
I got it.
You got it.
Sorry, wisdom.
That's it.
Yeah, this is our wisdom. Solomon 6:20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
See, so that's why we just read in Daniel the 2nd chapter. He removeth kings, set up kings, and in the next line, he giveth wisdom unto the wise. Man, see that? So now we know that there's a transition of power. Why? Because the Lord is taking away the wisdom of Esau and giving it to us. Give me that real quick. The wise men of Teman. And we're going to get into this lesson, which again is dealing with these times. We want to bring out some information showing you that matter of fact, the doors of mercy is closing too. The doors of mercy is closing, man. If you ain't in here already, now you got to get in the move. You got to get your seat. A game or whatever. That's how it is in this truth, man. If you don't get in where you fit in, then hey, the scriptures tell you how the kingdom of heaven, they press it, they press it into the kingdom. You know what that's equivalent to? You ever saw a soccer game? We have motherfuckers trying to get in the game and they go to trampling each other. That's the desperation of getting into this thing, man. You got simple niggas that walked away, man, not understanding what's at stake here. Again, Yahweh Shai said they're pressing into the kingdom, man. So we're in urgent times. All right, come on,
you got it.
All right, this is the book of Obadiah 1, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. Sorry, I'm gonna start at verse 9, 8. Yeah, it says, "Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, destroy even the wise man out of Edom?"
Yep, see? It say, in that day. Shall I not in that day destroy the wise man out of Teman? Meaning there's an appointed time. We're in a time where the Lord has appointed to take away the scepter of the rulers, man. And that's cemented by way of him taking away their wisdom. That's why you can see through Esau's shit, man. You can see this nigga desperate. It's equivalent to your little one trying to finesse you. You see where he going, you just, okay. Whatever the so-called white man is doing right now, out of desperation, he's trying to somehow regain the momentum in relation to his rulership. But it's sloppy, man. Why? The Lord is taking away that wisdom from you. See, read that again.
Obadiah 1:8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the understanding out of the mount of Esau?
In the understanding out of Esau, the government of Esau, man. That what we reading right here is concerning the time we're in now, man. And again, it's a signet to show you that there's a transition of power. The power is being translated from one people, being Esau, the so-called white man, to Jacob, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, starting with the elect. All right, so you was it on that?
Yeah, a little bit more.
All right, go ahead.
It says, "And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off."
Yeah, the results to the end. All right, the Lord is telling you there's a method to what he's doing here. All right, to the end that everyone in Edom shall be cut off, man. And that's what's going to be manifested in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? All right, so come on.
Yeah, I got some real quick. Yeah, to going back to wisdom of Edom is being broken down. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 11. It says, "Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The the counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish.
Yeah, and that's dealing with Esau, the so-called white man, his counselors, his prognosticators, man. You know, down to something that's started as a damn financial advisor or some damn inspirational speaker, man. They shit brutish. What could a nigga like that tell you right now in the times we in? Real talk.
Yeah.
We the only someone got the answers, man. This the only information that makes sense. What the hell some damn inspirational speaker can tell you now? We the only ones can tell you what's going on. But that goes back to the so-called white man and his structure is faltering. See, read that again.
It said, surely the princes of Zoan are fools.
Mm-hmm.
The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish.
Yeah, and the wise counsel of Pharaoh, it spills over to today. That's a metaphor for the so-called white man, his rulership. Right? Go ahead.
How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise,
Mm-hmm.
the son of ancient kings? Where are they?
Mm.
Where are thy wise men?
Yeah, where are they, man? You know? Go ahead.
And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts has purpose upon Egypt.
Yeah, so let them bring out information. Let the meteorologists, you know, this nigga telling you the weather, man. Whether he anticipate, he project it to be a overcast Thursday or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
No, we want to hear you tell us the purposes of Yahweh Shema Shah. What the Lord has purpose for the America. What's the destiny of the so-called white man? What's his fate? Can you project the condition of America? You know, in the days to come, we can tell you, man. We can tell you that in the days to come, there's going to be a great famine out here. That's going to lay hold of America, man. There's going to be insurrection, civil unrest. You're going to have Esau bumping heads. Isaiah the 19th chapter going to come to fruition, man. All hell is going to break loose before ultimately the Lord send those ICBM missiles, his army, and overthrow America, this throne of the so-called white man. Who else can bring that information out? See that? You got something?
Yeah, come. This Job 18 verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out.
Yeah, the light of the wicked. Matter of fact, what verse you at? Yeah, okay, come. Go ahead, read that again.
It says on Job 18 and 5, yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out.
Right, and that's dealing with his wits, you know, his wisdom. And it also goes back into his power. That proves that wisdom was given, you know, to rulers. Because light represents power, man. See, it says, yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out. And imagine your home without no lights, no power. With the lights is power. Then the home is not going to function. It's pretty much a shell. Go ahead, up.
God, it says, in the spark of his fire shall not shine.
See, in the spark of his fire shall not shine. Go ahead.
It says, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle.
See, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, which goes into a house. Your power go out in your house, man. It ain't functioning. And you're not going to get no light, not as much as a spark. That's what the scripture, matter of fact, read it out again from the top.
God, it says,
Hey, once your power is gone, it's nothing. Esau, your power gone, man. This nigga, the devil, you know, that put hell on us, man. Just imagine the crimes and atrocities this nigga committed against us, man. You know? And you don't even have to go into no in-depth research. Just pop in a damn, if you lazy, you don't want to do the research, go watch 12 Years a Slave or some shit. You know? Or if you have a little strength, go watch a documentary on the Trail of Tears, man. You know, going to Christopher Columbus and his goons, how they came over here and overthrew the indigenous people of North, Central, and South America, which was the Israelites, man. You know? See? Go ahead, up. That same nigga who had that power is gone. Matter of fact, hold two scriptures for me. Psalms, what's that? Psalm 73, and then Isaiah 24. Go ahead.
On Job 18 and 5, yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out,
Mm-hmm.
and the spark of his fire shall not shine.
Yep, go ahead.
The light shall be dark in his tabernacle,
Yep, go ahead.
and his candle shall be put out with him.
Woo, and his candle shall be put out with him, man. See, because that all represents wisdom. Wisdom is symbolic to light. You can see where you're going. You pretty much can forecast, you know, your goings, pretty much. But the Lord has taken away that element, man. The Lord you crippled now, man. You don't know where you going. Pretty much Esau done threw all his money. This nigga, the disgruntled, he's the drunk nigga at the casino. His tie, Lou, he's having a stressed out night. And he just went on and put everything. He's just gambling, man. You know? Yep, that's it on it?
A little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says the steps of his strength shall be straightened.
Woo, the steps of his strength shall be straightened, man. So what contributed to this man, his power and establishing his power in his attempt to further establish it is now being straightened. When you go into the idea of anything being straightened, it represents difficulty, man. And let's say if you have so many yards of big field, you know, as room for error, you can, you know, do your thing. But let's say if you're on a damn tightrope, man, there's no more room for error. In fact, one false move, that's you, man. That's your ass. Go ahead.
It says, in his own counsel shall cast him down.
Who? His own counsel is casting him down, man. Because whatever this man bring and presented before you, we examine and assess it, and it's really coming up against you, man. You know, you come up with some damn, in this case, you came up with the crown, you know, and then now you coming up with the solution of it. And we examine it, we're assessing it like, what the fuck? Your own counsel is casting you down, man. And that's why if you ever, you notice like in you know, like in court, a lawyer, a lot of time he don't like his client to get on the stand, man. You know, it take a lot for you to let you know, you sure you want to get on him? You know, because you could be cross-examined. And your own counsel can overthrow you, man. That's why I tell you have the right to remain silent. Because your own words can be used against you, man. So that's what Esau, that's what happened to Esau. His own counsel is casting him down. Why? Because you're being found out to be a damn liar, man. All right? So that was it. All right, come on. Yeah, give me Psalm 73 first.
All right, this Psalm 73 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
Surely thou didst set them in slippery places.
Yep, go ahead.
Thou castest them down into destruction.
Yep, you know what I want? I want when it said their strength is firm.
Oh, Salaki. Yeah, this is Psalm 73 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Yeah, and this can apply even to our forefathers. Imagine our forefathers, man. They didn't see that proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. This devil snatching them up, splitting them up from their family, doing with them as they please, hanging them, castrating them, right? So that's what the scripture said. This man's, there's no weakness. This man, his strength is firmly, he has a tight grip on things. Read that again.
It said, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Go ahead.
For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
But their strength is firm. That was a time when the so-called white man had a tight grip on things. But now let's go to Isaiah. We're going to show you the maturation of this now. See, and this contributes to the comfort that we have. Go ahead.
Isaiah 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
The who?
Haughty people of the earth do languish.
The haughty people of the earth do languish. Now, real quick, if you go into that word languish, what you got?
This Job 20 and verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in strength.
Yep, in the fullness of his sufficiency. So again, you can look back in retrospect where these devils had a tight grip on things, but as time progressed, in the fullness of his efficiency, hey, like you had some of the best fighters, Mike Tyson, in their prime, but as time progressed, you know, he can't go, you know, hard body like he once went, or like a great basketball player, football player, what have you, man. What eventually happened to the best of them? Time, man. Time has proven to be Esau's biggest enemy, and time is now on our side. See, time on our side now. See, go ahead.
It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency.
Yep, in the fullness of his sufficiency, go ahead.
He shall be in strength. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Yep, that was it on that? All right, come on.
So this that word language, it says to be weak.
Woo, to be weak. So we just read in Psalm the 73rd chapter where their strength was firm. That was the time when this man's strength was firm. But again, as time progressed, what happens?
To be weak.
To be weak. He become weak, man. And we witness it now. We see it. Give me that real quick in Sirach 25. We see the fall of the very one that had his foot on our neck, man. We see the fall of the very one that oppressed us. We was downtrodden under the foot of the so-called white man. But that's justice, man. To see the very one that put hell on you. Now this nigga is weak, man. See? That's the mercy of the Yahweh Shema Shah. Come on, Rock.
Because it's Sirach 25 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy.
In my heart to be happy. You should be rejoicing right now in the spirit, man. Go ahead.
In the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
A man that have joy of his children.
Yep.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, man. That's what we had in this process, man. The Lord has given us the luxury to see the fall of the devil, man. See that? Go ahead.
Come. It says
Oh, that was it on that. Now, come on.
God, back in his word language, it says to be weak, to droop,
Mm-hmm.
to be exhausted.
Oh, to be weak, to droop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which the droop is the opposite of being erected. With the so-called white man, he was erected, he was raised up, and his strength was firm. But now we're in a time where this man is drooping. And that happens with age. That happens with time, man. You know? Once your shoulders was broad, you was, and all of a sudden you drooping over, man. Time is undefeated. And again, like we opened up with, this is the only teaching, this doctrine, which is the testimony of Yahweh Shah, pursuant to Revelation, the 19th chapter, the overtone of it is what? The spirit of prophecy. So prophecy is the one thing that goes hand in hand with time. It all has to do everything with time. Hey, what happened in the time of Noah? That we're using the word time again. What happened in the time of Noah? It was 120. How many years? Was it 120 years he prophesied? It was all about time, man. And certainly the people at that time, they didn't reverence Noah, and certainly they didn't believe his teachings. But what made it a level playing field? Time. At some point, the prophecies came to pass. Go ahead.
Because this Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
For our time is a very shadow that passeth away.
Hey, what verse you at?
Verse 5.
Yep, jump to the 4th verse.
Because this Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 4, it says, in our name shall be, it says, in our name shall be forgotten in time.
What?
In our name shall be forgotten in time.
Yeah, shall be forgotten in time. Now, when you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, this is Esau, the so-called white man, reasoning with himself. And he's faced with reality. He's coming to the grips of reality, like, you know, our rulership, our kingdom is at risk. And what's the words being thrown around here? What words being thrown around that, you know, pretty much cemented that idea, that thought? Read it again.
It says, in our name shall be forgotten in time.
See, shall be forgotten in time. So no matter what these devils do, man, time is going to overthrow you, man. Time is going to offset everything that these devils is planning, man. And again, time is interchangeable with prophecy. See, go ahead.
And no man shall have our works in remembrance.
Yep, and no man shall have your works in remembrance. Meaning when we go into the kingdom, you're not going to remember the NBA, man. You're not going to be talking about, you know, a bunch of leaders, a bunch of owners, old Edomite owners in the league that they had the NFL, you know, or hip hop or no crazy shit, man. Rap battles and, you know, the works of Esau not going to be remembered in time. Family Guy. Go ahead.
It says, in our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud.
Yeah, and our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud. Go ahead.
It shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun.
Yeah, it's going to be driven away with the beams of the sun. Go ahead.
And overcome with the heat thereof.
Yep, and what's that symbolic to? That's a metaphor for the destruction that the Lord has prepared, which will come in the form of World War III. Which we're going to throw it out there because, you know, in the back of your mind might be some scraggler just popped up. World War III biblical, man. Okay? In fact, the scriptures, you know, give you a brief, it goes into a brief detail of World War I and World War II as well, man. All right. So you got more of
A
it?
little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "For our time is a very shadow that passeth away,
Yeah.
and after our end there is no returning."
Yeah. After the so-called white man is taken down, removed out of power, it's no returning, man. And that's heavy because Esau is really the only kingdom, or should I say nation, that the Lord put a resilient spirit on them to come back into power. After they fell, after that dynasty in the form of the Roman Empire, well, when you read Malachi, the first chapter, it tells you how this devil returned and rebuilt the desolate places. So this current system that's in play, this beast system, is nothing more than a revisal of the ancient Roman Empire, that deadly wound that was healed. See, that's why that word return is there. It say we would not. Matter of fact, read that one more time. What you got? Stick on that word.
Yeah, just one more.
Go back to that Wisdom of Solomon 4:4 as well. Yeah, go
It
ahead.
says, "For our time is a very shadow that passeth away,
Mm-hmm.
and after our end there is no returning."
Yep. Our time is as a very shadow that passes away, which goes into the valley of the shadow of death, which is America, man. And when you consider a shadow is nothing you should put stock into, because the shadow is here one minute and gone the next. All right, go ahead.
It says, "And after our end there is no returning."
Yep, and after our end, there is no returning. After this system is overthrown, man, and destroyed, Esau's not going to come back into power, man. Imagine this devil, after he done played everybody, he ain't got no more weapons to hang over their head. What the fuck can they do, man? You're going to be a target, man. And certainly you're not going to be able to finesse. Your main two attributes going to be taken away from you after the destruction. Again, your weapons, the sword, and deception. You're not going to be, because it tells you in Revelation the 20th chapter, when he came back this time, he came back deceiving the nations. You're not going to be able to do that this time. Everybody's going to remember. Everybody's going to say, hell no, not you. No, not you, man. In fact, somebody killed that nigga. Yep, go ahead.
It says, "For it is fast sealed."
Yep, for it is fast sealed, meaning it's already decreed. And in no wise will you be able to disannul the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. That's actually outlined in Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? See, go ahead.
It says, "So that no man cometh again."
Yeah, you are not coming back into power, you devil. And that's what they're doing. All this is an effort for them to stay in power. And their thing is, look, we're going to just dumb you down. We're going to give you a shot. You know what I mean? If we're going to turn you into a Conway the machine, man. And you're going to get in line. You know, but the scriptures tell you that oppression shall not rise a second time, man. This is it. Also, when you read Lamentations, the 4th chapter, the Lord said we will no longer go into captivity, man. We're at the time when Yahweh Shema Shah has begun to extend mercy, to us once again. The Lord is once again showing favor to Israel. That's a monumental moment if you understand what's going on here, man. And that friction, if you will, that dysfunctional relationship, if you will, between Israel and the Most High, which the dysfunction was on our behalf, But guess what? The Lord is now mending that relationship. He's bridging that gap once again, man. And it's by way of the word, Yahweh Shah. Matter of fact, give me that real quick. I don't want to spill off course, but the Baruch, those gathered.
This is the book of Baruch 5 and verse 5.
Yep.
Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high. Look about towards the east.
Yep.
And behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east.
Go ahead.
By the word of the Holy One.
By the word of the Holy One. See, go ahead.
Rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High.
See that? So that relationship, the Lord cut us off. You had your love, your sweetheart, high school or whatever, you don't see him for, then all of a sudden you remember him again. This is a love story, man. The Lord is bringing back the elect, but we're going to be gathered through the word. The word is that glue, if you will, that has bridged this gap. Go ahead.
It's like that's that love, though.
Yep, that's that love.
You stirred your pure mouth by the way of remembrance. You read the love, though, you smelled it, smelled good and all it,
Well, that's Song of Solomon, too. So this is monumental, and it's going to climax into the marriage of the Lamb, man. That's going to be a beautiful moment when we caught up in the air with Yahweh Shai, man. And again, these teachings is not for the faint-hearted, man. It's not just for some guy that know that he's an Israelite, man. This is for the potential elect, those who understand the power of Yahweh Shai, which we don't even understand. You know, to the best of our ability, we know that our power, his power is rangeless. There's no limit to the power of Yahweh Shai, man. And that what strengthens us. Hey, if you ever doubt, if you start to doubt that, hold up, I don't know about that. Just go up and look at the sun, man. Just look at the works of, consider his works, man. Look at yourself. How you built, man, you wonderfully made. With nerves and veins and skin. You started off as a liquid and you grew into skin and bones, man. Not to mention you burst out of the womb and you begin to grow into a toddler, a kid, into a walking and talking power that can run and jump. That's the creation. You're a creation of Yahweh Shai, man. So if you begin to doubt that, hold up, this is way too much. I don't know if this could be. Well, just examine yourself. Consider yourself. Consider the works of the Lord, man. There's nothing out of the possibility, you know, the realms of reality with Yahweh Shai. And again, those of you who partake in this hearing, you understand that somewhere deep down, you know you believe in Yahweh Shai. All right, you got some over here? All right, come on. Oh yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 4.
This back, Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 4. It said, for though they flourish in branches for a time, yet, it's like it said, yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind, and through the force of winds.
Oh, read this again. Let's read this again. So
yep, this Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 4. It said, for though they flourish in branches for a time.
See, so though the so-called white man flourished in branches for a time, see that for a time, go ahead.
Yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind.
Yeah, this nigga not standing fast. Everything's shaky about this society. Case in point, the money system. There's nothing matter of fact about that, man. They give you damn paper, FRN, Federal Reserve notes, and they add insult to injury. You got George Washington, Kane, them niggas face on them, man. And but also the way they go about their system, they put more money, they pump money into the system, which creates inflation, man. That's not standing fast, man. Now let's say we want to ignore that, right? Well, what about the infrastructure? With the buildings, when you go into the numbers, when you crunch the numbers, America, when you consider the infrastructure, all the nations on the planet Earth, do you know America? They say America received a D- with the infrastructure, man, the highways, the roads, the bridges. See, so this place is on the verge of a collapse. All right, let's say you don't want to consider that. Let's say no, we don't deal with that. But what about like the food? You know, you're not even eating food. This man had to finesse food. This nigga made some shit up. You know, you got Monsanto's. They spray, you know, different vegetables. They have to chemically come up with damn vegetables and fruit. They genetically modify organisms to give you to eat, man. That's not standing fast. See, read that again.
Yep, it said, for though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind.
They're going to be what?
Shaken with the wind.
What's that talking about? That's talking about the nuclear destruction, man. Go ahead.
And through the force of winds, they shall be rooted out.
And through the force of winds, they shall be rooted out. So the Lord have chose to overthrow Esau, the so-called white man, by violently toppling America, Babylon the Great. This is how this man's rulership going to be rooted out by those violent winds. And everything that we see unfolding from current events, the news, the swarm of activity is a testament. And it's just for those who eyes to see, who have eyes to see, you know, and ears to hear. The things that's happening is nothing random about it, man. We know that the things that's taking place is a signet that the Lord Yahweh Shai is not preparing to overthrow this man. So real quick, give me what you got, and we're gonna start. Let's get into what we got. Go ahead.
This Luke 21 and 28.
Yep.
And when these things began to come to pass,
What things? The prophecies, man. when the prophecies begin to come to pass, go ahead.
Then look up
Yep.
and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Yep. Look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So the Lord said there's going to be a series of prophecies it's going to be rapid fire. They're going to just be happening, man. Then at that moment, look up, because your salvation is drawing nigh. What you were just reading that?
Luke 21:28.
Okay, good. So you started 25.
This Luke 21:25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun,
Yep.
and in the moon,
Yep.
and in the stars.
Right, which we have seen. Which I think they got something. They said the stars, the planet about to line up. That's signs in the stars. In the moon, you had a series of blood moons. You had a blue moon. See that? So those are signs in the heavens. Go ahead.
It says, and upon the earth.
And upon the earth. So not only will it be signs in the heavens, but there will be signs upon the earth. Oh, which by the way, it was another sign in the sun. I forgot. Did y'all see that? I forgot one of the brothers, they put it up. It was like these dots in the sun.
Oh yeah.
You saw that? The black shadowy figures in the sun, man. So the scriptures is proven to be on point. See that? So those are the signs in the heavens. But again, it says what?
It says in distress.
It's like
It says in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations. With perplexity. Let's start to the top. It's like it's Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth.
And upon the earth. See? So not only are you going to see signs in the heavens, but there's going to be signs upon the earth, man. And again, this swarm of activity, everything that's taking place, you know, which we're going to get into some of these things that's happening, man. Go ahead.
It says, and upon the earth, distress of nations.
And upon the earth, distress of nations, man. We're in a time when you people are stressed out. Oh, I sent the brother a video, Lord will, the spirit of Allah, we might touch on it tomorrow, or sometime during the week, Lord will. But that was a bad video I sent. You know, well, you got people stealing. You know, you got Americans stealing groceries, and which I did a video on that a while back. But this video I came across. It came out a day ago, 2 days ago, and it was two videos I kind of wanted to get information from both of them, man. But it's showing you this hard fall, this downward spiral of America, man. See that? The Lord made good on his promise, man, concerning the overthrow of Esau. You got to remember, the state of America is pretty much a reflection of Esau. That's how we know how Esau doing, how good, how well he's doing, by way of examining America. See, go ahead. Like my son said, that's his baby. You know, go ahead.
It says, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring.
The sea and the waves roaring, meaning the people. There's going to be uproars, man, with the people. There's going to be a very heavy spirit of unrest, you know, and unease to settle on the hearts and minds of you people, which is already happening, man. Oh, and that's another thing. You can't trust the media. Everything in the media is, what I mean is, just because the media ain't telling you, you know, the going into, you know, the fine details of people catching hell, that don't mean it's not happening, man. You know? They're not going to tell you all these people walking around with luggage bags and shit like that, man, because they lost their home or living in their car. Oh, which that's another video the brother put on the group chat where you got this couple living out of their car, man. It's real. It's going down. See? Go ahead.
It says 26. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yeah, the prophecies. The things that's coming here on the planet Earth, men's heart is failing them for fear. And that's going to actually morph into the return of our Lord. Go ahead.
It says, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Yep. Dealing with the rulers, those who are in power right now. They're going to be shaken. Go ahead.
And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass.
And with things, the prophecy. See, go ahead.
It says, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Right. So this is the time to cheer up, man. You know, the scriptures tell you to let go of more thoughts. Right. So that's the time we're in. And we should be more and more excited. Why? Because we see these things beginning to take place and things are happening, right? The prophecies are unfolding right before your eyes. So now let's get what you got.
Come, this
Matter of fact, you know what? Let's start off with that breaking news we got first.
Talking about
That just came out.
talking about that Trump. You talking about that?
Mhm. No. Monday supposed to be.
Oh yeah, Con.
That just came out, right?
Yeah, but it was yesterday, but I don't know why.
Oh, okay, came in late. Okay,
Con. That's why he signed the bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just read the title pretty much. It says this is from the Washington Post. It says Trump signed stimulus and government spending bill into law, averting shutdown.
So they was anticipating
Yeah.
a shutdown by Monday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? It's still gonna happen.
Yep.
Because now you see the stage being set. If you're paying attention, they're getting ready to sign off on pumping more money back into the economy, man. Which again is going to contribute to inflation, which is nothing more than, the best way to illustrate it, blowing air into a balloon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to pop, man, because that money is not bagged by anything. Okay? This is nothing more than an illusion, an enigma. The so-called white man playing this like a teapot. This is a fucking kid, man. Your kid asked you to play teapot with him, man. You playing it off.
Yeah.
That's what this devil doing, man. He playing games, man. All right, that was it on that?
Yeah, that was it. That was it on that.
Okay, give me what you got. Then we're gonna bounce back.
This article from Yahoo News.
Mm-hmm.
It says military on alert. Trump martial law threat. It says the craziness is unpredicted.
Yeah. See that? Yeah, go back to that again.
It says military on alert over Trump's martial law threat. It says the craziness is unpredicted.
Unprecedented.
So
yeah, meaning what? This is a time this is a time that can't be rivaled any other time. Who else saying such a thing? The craziness is unprecedented, right now. Right? So now you got the military on high alert. Again, why? Because of Trump's martial law threat, man. See, you got something in there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Jump it down. It says this is really dangerous stuff to start playing with. Rachel Clinfield, a national security expert at Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, told the Post.
Mm-hmm.
It says you cannot normalize extrajudicial actions outside the rule of law and believe democracy will hold Democrats are fragile, even ours.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. So we're in a time that can't be rivaled any other time. And what scripture come to mind? Daniel the 12th chapter.
Okay.
Matter of fact, get that real quick. And let's pull what you got. Whatever one you want to go with. Let's get this real quick.
Okay.
We'll get to Daniel.
Okay. This is the book of Daniel 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up.
And at that what?
And at that time.
And at that time. There go the word time again. See, everything centers around time. And that's the one thing Esau have no control over, man. He wasn't given power to manipulate time. Although he tried. That's why you had this term, bending time.
Mm-hmm.
They want time to bend to them. But that was given to Yahushua. It tells you in Matthew the 28th chapter how all things in heaven and earth was given unto our Lord Yahushua. And you notice these devils, they got this infatuation with time travel. You ever watch certain movies, plenty of movies. And really, these devils, they really try to see Jake on a low level. When you read the scriptures, tell you how the heart of every one of these motherfuckers is deep, man. This nigga trying to go back in time to Cain and warn Cain, no, make the sacrifice. You want to go back to Esau and tell Esau, no. Oh, it's a series, man. It's called Quantum Leap. You ever saw that? That's a bad series, man. I've been trying to find it. Well, that's what this guy do. He leaped from different time periods, and he changed the future, man. He warned people, and he got a guy that's guiding him. He'll tell him, like, you about to go to 19 so-and-so. This person died. You need to stop him from going to a birthday party or some shit. And that's Esau, man. He's infatuated with time. But in no wise will you be able to say, oh, time out. Give me a 20-second time. No, you can't do that. Time is over what? Matter of fact, give me that real quick in Revelation the 12th chapter. And I know we bring this out a lot, but hey, that's a part of it.
We in that time.
We in that time. It's repetition. Well, hold up. Noah was saying the same thing for 120 years. Go ahead. What else Noah was telling you?
What else he could?
What else Noah could tell you, man? Noah can tell you, no, it's gonna rain, but you know what? Oh, gonna do no, man. Noah telling you gonna die, man. And he was telling you that for 120 years. Go ahead.
Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Yep.
Warn to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Ooh, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Go ahead.
Because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
This nigga know that he have, but you see that? See that? So why time is a big deal with this nigga? See? Because he know time is his biggest enemy. And this is what's going to prompt him. Time and the prophecies, which again go hand in hand, is that fire. You put fire on a nigga and then make him move. That's what time is doing to Esau. That time going to make Esau kick in your door, man. Time is going to make Esau put them tanks, send them tanks out on your streets and neighborhood. See, we just read it. He's going to come down with great wrath because he knows that he have but a short time. See? Come on.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Yep, go ahead.
And there shall be a time of trouble.
See, and there shall be a time of trouble. See, go ahead.
It says, such as never were since there were a nation.
Yep, see that? So it's going to be a time of trouble that have never been seen since there been a nation. And that's why the article you brought out, going into the military, being on high alert from the statements Trump made concerning martial law. And they said that this was unprecedented, man. We're in unprecedented times. We're in urgent time. Power of heaven and earth has sprung forth, man. Okay? The Lord has sprung into action concerning, first and foremost, the deliverance of the elect of the nation of Israel, but most importantly, the overthrow of the wicked, man, in this kingdom America. Okay, Babylon the Great. Hey, we're in some monumental times here, man. All right, so that was it.
A little bit more. It says, even to that same time.
Woo!
And at that time, thy people shall be delivered.
Yeah, at that time, thy people shall be delivered. So it all goes in the time. Give me 1 Peter, the 5th chapter, real quick, in the 6th verse. So, hey, again, you know this, right? Oh, give me that, the patient in spirit. You can find that. Because you notice the yin and the yang. Esau is antsy because time is against him, but the elect, we patient, understanding. Although we hasten in the day, don't get me wrong, we don't want to spend another minute in this motherfucker, but we understand that everything is centered around time and prophecy. Time and chance happen. Matter of fact, continue, read right here.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing.
Yep, better is the end of a thing, which we're obviously at the end of this society. So this is better for us, right? Go ahead.
Better is the end of a thing than the beginning of.
Yep.
And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Those are two extremes. The patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit, which would be Esau, man. And in his pride, he's looking to offset the prophecies because he don't have the patience, which this goes back. That's the nature of that nigga. It's woven in his DNA to be impatient. That's why when you go into Jacob and Esau, this nigga was impatient. This nigga gave it all up for a quick, fast meal. And that's where you get fast food from. That's why America got fast. Oh, did y'all know that they was digging and they actually found evidence of fast food restaurants in Rome? You can look it up, man. Straight up. I forgot somebody either, I don't know if one of the brothers put it on a Camphead chat, but I saw it. Yeah, real talk, man. So you see how, hey, everything, that's why you got a microwave. Because Esau is in power, the very one who had not the patience required to receive an inheritance. It takes patience to get an inheritance. Only a rob and a thief, he wanted it quick. All right, so 1 Peter 5 and 6.
It's the book of 1 Peter 5 and verse 6. Humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High.
Go ahead.
That he may exalt you in due time.
That he may exalt you in due time. See? So we the patient in the spirit, understanding in due time in his right season, we're gonna be raised up. Simple as that, man. Yep. So that was it. All right, come on. Yeah, come.
All right, Con. This is from.
You got that Mexico? Let's get that.
Okay, Con.
Let's get that real quick. Because that article jumped out to me. Because in the spirit, I did a video on it not too long ago. And pretty much it goes into what we read in Revelation, the 12th chapter. How this devil going to come down with great rap knowing that he had but a short time. See? So go ahead.
Con, yo, this is SputnikNews.com. And it reads, massive outage across Mexico leaves millions without power amid pandemic.
Right. So, you had a major power out there. And see, now you see, a lot of people think we're just a bunch of disgruntled guys coming up with the worst case scenario we could think of. And you guys crazy. Well, we've been telling you there's going to be power outs, man. And now it's happening in Mexico. That's going to eventually spill over here. Like all things, Matter of fact, you got some?
Yeah, Con.
Yep, beautiful. Yep.
Con. Yeah, this Revelation chapter 18 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
In the light of a candle shall not shine, Slakia.
Mm-hmm.
And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee.
Yep, and that the light of the candle is not going to shine no more in thee. And what we reading here? We reading about Babylon, Revelation the 18th chapter. This is dedicated to Babylon the Great, which those of you in the know perfectly well that that's dealing with America, man. Okay, so let's read this again.
It said, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee.
Right, it's going to be a power outage out here, and it's going to be a planned power out. According to whistleblowers and certain insiders, man, that you're going to have the U.S. government that's going to plan these power outages in effort to round up, those who they consider to be an enemy of the state, if you will, a threat to their new world order. So right here, that's a precursor. And the Lord, beautiful, the Lord show it to you. The Lord show you everything we've been saying, so you don't have no excuse. You can't say, no, I didn't know about that part of the game. No. We telling you, and the Lord is showing you simultaneously, man. See? Go ahead. Again, it's like we narrating this movie. See? Go ahead.
It says, and the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall no more be heard at all in thee.
Yep.
For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
Ooh, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. See? Yep, which when you go into the word sorcerer right there, going to pharmakia, going back to pharmaceuticals. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel 7, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, and evil and only evil, behold, is come.
Yep, go ahead.
An end is come. The end is come.
Yep, the end is come. The end of your reign. Your rulership is come, man. See, go ahead.
It watches for thee.
Yep, it's watching for you. Go ahead.
Behold, it is come.
Yep, it's here, man. Behold, look. We here, man. See that? You got more?
Yeah, I got another precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with the plagues as before.
Right, and how did the Lord smite Egypt back before? One of the plagues was that it was darkness. It was gross darkness, a very strong darkness that overwhelmed the Egyptians. So if the Lord said he's going to smite Egypt as he did with the plagues before, then you can expect a blackout here in America. Go ahead.
It says, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Yep. And that's eventually talking about the destruction. So let's go back.
So it reads, it said Mexico, Slovakia. Massive outage across Mexico leaves millions without power amid pandemic. And I pretty much is to the point. It said millions of residents across multiple Mexican states were left without power today, after the country experienced several setbacks on its power grid.
Hey, you can't make this up, man. In the spirit, the information came out. I think Yahweh was the first one to put that information out. And that's the Lord pretty much shedding light on the sinister plans of these devils. And all of a sudden, now in Mexico, which they do that. These devils do test runs and, they'll do simulations, man. But believe you me, it's coming up here. All right, go ahead.
It says the nearly 2-hour-long power outage began 2:29 p.m. local time and saw 10.3 million users immediately lose their electricity.
See, immediately, that was a simulation. That was a test run. And the information I had, they said they have different planned blackouts. You know, different regions of America, different pockets throughout America. Then they got an ultimate nationwide blackout that they said gonna be like a 2 to 3 day blackout. Imagine niggas without power for 3 days, man. You gonna lose it. Not to mention the military. Oh, and to add to that, which it was the spirit. After I did the lesson, then I got the information of how the military upgraded their night vision. I don't know if y'all saw that. That was in the group chat. They got the military where they got the new goggles where they could see at night. Why are they coming out with that now? See, you see how it all come together? Because it goes into their plan to round certain people up under the guise of a blackout. Was that blackout gonna be playing? And all them devils got to do is hit the switch, man. And that's it. See? Yep.
Can I just read this last little part? It says, CNN reported via social media that the massive daytime blackout was caused by an imbalance in the national interconnected system between load and power generation. Additionally, the operator noted that the network lost 7,500 megawatts of electricity.
Yeah, that's bullshit. It's telling you anything, man.
Yeah, that's just I ain't want to read. That shit sound crazy.
Yeah. But you know, these devils, they're gonna give you an excuse. There's like you also have pocket nukes where they could take out communities and blocks, and they have used them before. And what they blame it on? Gas lines. Gas line explosion. So these devils, man, you're gonna see that this is the devil. All right. So now let's get some more. Let's rapid fire.
Kind. All right. This I get this one right here from the Sun. That UK news. So it reads: shutdown. What would a Tier 5 lockdown look like?
A Tier 5 lockdown.
So it says just under half of the population are under the strictest tier restrictions to stop the spread of the Crown Vic and all its strains in the UK. It said, however, the daily inflation rate continuing to climb. Many are now speculating if a Tier 5 is on the horizon, but it said, but what rules would be in place for this level? It reads, it said, what could Tier 5 restrictions be? It said, nobody knows for certain what a Tier 5 would entail or if the government.
Why? Is that crazy? Why is it even a Tier 5? You don't know what it is. Why?
Yeah.
It's crazy. The wisdom of teaming is, man, the Lord is taking away the will. Again, the scriptures say he's going to be thrown down by his own counsel, man. That'll make you question. That's just like our Minister Society. We said, where you was at 1 o'clock? No, you know you done fucked up, don't you? Your own counsel. What is you talking about, Esau, man? Go ahead,
It says, nobody knows for certain what a Tier 5 would entail or if the government would even need anything tougher than Tier 4. It says, however, a senior Whitehall source told the Express, we are ruling nothing out. The new strain is a serious concern. Tier 4 appears to not be strong enough.
Yeah, so they're talking about a hard lockdown, you know, where you can't come and go as you please. You know, you're going to just be barricaded in your home. And don't be surprised, the military, you know, are monitoring your every move. You got tanks, MRAPs up and down your streets. That's the reality of America. That's the future. That's the fate. That's the destiny of America, man. And you're going to find out why also the Lord called this place the shadow of death. Because you're going to see death on a high level. And that's outlined in, what's that, 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter? Right, you got something?
Yeah, come on. It's Revelations 13 and verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Yep,
and that's going into his draconian laws, which this man is about to enforce certain laws that's going to be considered, you know, rigorous, man. Right? You got something else?
Yeah, come on. Isaiah 10 and 1. Warn to them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yeah, woe unto them who write unrighteous decrees, man. And to make you stay in your home, that kills you, man. You know? And it says that write grievousness which ye have prescribed. So these unrighteous decrees is really going to spill over into the time of Jacob's trouble. Let's prove that. Look up that word grievous. Let's look up that word grievous. For all you niggas out there who says no such thing as a time of Jacob's trouble. Well, guess what? The very laws, legislations that's being passed and signed off on is what's going to be the bridge to that time of Jacob's trouble. So it said grievous laws. What did it say?
It says trouble.
What?
Trouble.
Trouble, man. So those grievous laws he prescribed is what's going to bring about trouble. Is it more?
Mischief.
Mischief, see? Yep, go ahead.
Toil and labor.
Toil and labor. See? So that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, come on.
I'm going back. It reads, despite no confirmation, many are guessing that Tier 5 could mean a total ban from leaving the house for non-essential reasons.
Yep, for non-essential reasons. And you saw a glimpse of that where they had non-essential stores that wasn't operating. And that was Yahweh Shema shot, taking you out of your comfort zone. Because those non-essential stores was like barbershops and hair salons, nails, you know. So that was the Lord taking away the staff and stay, man. But that was just scratching the surface. That was the tip of the iceberg.
Yep.
See, go ahead.
It says under Tier 4, pubs, bars, and restaurants are still allowed to operate as a takeaway facility. Some think a tougher restriction will see these shut, leaving only essential shops open like supermarkets and pharmacies.
Yeah.
It says under Tier 4, you can't mix indoors with anyone outside your household or support bubble, but you can meet one person outside in a public place like a park. It's predicted that if another tougher tier was to be introduced, then this luxury would be banned.
Yeah. So that's the projection. And we telling that it's gonna get bad out here, man. So they doing nothing more than confirming what we already know, which we don't need these devils to, dictate our outlook. We strictly go through the scriptures and pursuing the biblical prophecy. America is gonna fuck. Matter of fact, give me Isaiah 47 and then get you got something else?
Yeah, there's that article I got.
Okay.
Before it's news.com, it reads CDC report 3,100 people paralyzed.
3,100 people. 3,100 people paralyzed. Why? Go ahead.
After Crown Vic vaccine.
See, go ahead.
Unable to perform normal daily activities.
Yeah, after you got hit with the vaccine, now you are unable to perform daily activities. You got people that's paralyzed, or you got the Bell palsy thing, the Conway thing, but certain people got half of their face to lock up on them, like the aunt said. Hey man, we laughing, man, because why? You trust in Esau, man. Oh, the scripture says that your trust in Esau is gonna be your shame. That's shameful, man. You trusting to get a vaccine, now your face locked up.
Conway.
Yeah, you got Conway, the machine. See that? Why? Because you trusted in Esau, man, the so-called white man. Matter of fact, give me that. We going to close up this. No longer stay on them at a press. Give me Isaiah.
Isaiah 47 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
See, come down, sit in the dust, which that word dust symbolizes confusion. But the key word that is come down. We're in the time where the Lord is bringing you down from that exalted state. Esau, the so-called white man, and all who dwell here in Babylon outside of this circle, all the inhabitants of America, and not just physically, in the mind. You trust in this place. Your stock in this place. You can't see yourself without America. Your future hinges on America. Guess what? You going down too, man. See, read that again.
It says, "Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
Yeah, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Now that virgin daughter is dealing with America, because your daughter comes after you. Because you have one to say, well, that's dealing with modern day Iraq, which would be, geographically Babylon. Nope. It's a virgin daughter of Babylon. So this is concerning something that will come after. Right? Go ahead.
It says, "Sit on the ground, There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Yep, go ahead.
But thou shalt no more be called tender and
Yeah,
delicate.
this place is no more being called tender and delicate, man. You got people bugging out. Oh, you saw the Elder Manatazar, but he did the video. We had the women. It was the one chick said she on lockdown. She can't get out. She can't even dance. She can't even dance to WAP.
Yeah, stupid.
She ain't had a chance to go to the club and twerk the WAP yet. You know? Well, that's a form of America. This place that was once your refuge. You know, a place where you can unwind and vent and be the demon that you always wanted to be. Well, now you can't do that. It's restrictions now. So now America is no more being called tender and delicate, man. This is more of a now this is an obstacle for you. This is a hurdle now that you got to get over. See, that was it on that?
A little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It says, take the millstones
Mm-hmm.
and grind meal,
Mm-hmm.
uncover thy locks,
Yep.
make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Yep.
Yeah, thy shame shall be seen.
So the shame of America is now being seen. You see? Go ahead.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yep, and that's dealing with when our Lord Yahweh Shah returns. It's going to be a supernatural invasion, if you will. The Lord is going to trump the power here on the planet Earth, which is Esau in this structure that's in play. All right, come on, Al.
Come this book of Isaiah 10 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass in that day
See, at that time, in that day, go ahead.
that the remnant of Israel
And the remnant of Israel is dealing with the believers, man. See, go ahead.
and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob.
Yeah, because these will be the spirits that the Lord has destined to escape, to see the salvation of our Lord Yahweh Shai and escape the wrath of Yahweh Shai. See, go ahead.
Shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Yeah, so we no longer going to stay or trust upon the very one that smote us, man. So shame on you out there. Oh, you had the Jake woman. She did the video where she took she was two-faced, you know? Why? Because you trusted on the very one that smoked you, man. This the same nigga that dealt treacherously with you. And see, hey, that's why the scriptures say, consider the beast of the field. Because you might say, well, hold up, man. I don't know about that so-called white man. He might be the one white guy that be cool. No, all of them represents your enemy. There's like, if you was to ask a damn deer, you know, about a lion, he's not going to say, oh, that lion cool. No, he's going to see whatever lion he see, going to get the fuck out of there, man. Yep, go ahead.
Psalms 14:3, they are all going to side.
Yep, they are all going to side. Each and every so-called white man, woman, and child, individually, you all going to side. See, go ahead.
They are all together become filthy.
They're all together become filthy. Go ahead.
There is none that doeth good. No, not one.
No, not one of you, man. All right, come on.
Yeah, this Job 12 and 7. But as now the beast, and they shall teach thee.
Yeah, ask the beast. The beast will teach you. Right? Here it is. The beast, he only has the 5 natural senses of smelling, touching, feeling, tasting, and hearing, and seeing. Yet he'll teach you, you know? He'll teach you on how to, well, it tells you that also in Sirach the 13th chapter. All beasts
Consort
to their kind. What? Bring it up.
It's on Sirach 13 and verse 15. Every beast loveth his life.
Yeah, every beast loveth his life. Again, you're not going to see a deer, an antler running with a tiger, man. He's going to stay the hell away from him. See, go ahead.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
And every man loveth his neighbor. See, go ahead.
All flesh consorteth according to kind.
Yeah, the Lord deals with separation, man. You got a nigga to convince you that everybody should come together when the Lord, through his work, showed you that there's a difference. All birds don't run together. All birds don't taste. Turkey don't taste like chicken, you know. Tuna don't taste like. Fuck him, man. Go ahead.
It says, a man will cleave to his life.
Yeah, a man will cleave to his life. So you should be over here. Which old girl, she was over there. What the hell are you doing in the hospital with Esau for? Now you got on the hospital, you got on the gown, the back out, and the conway, man. That's what you get, man. All right, come on. That was it.
A little bit more.
All right, go ahead.
It says, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb?
See, what fellowship? You shouldn't be fellowshipping with, if you're a wolf, you are going to fellowship with the lamb, and vice versa. Certainly, the lamb is not going to fellowship with the wolf. Go ahead.
So the sinner with the godly.
Yeah, so the sinner with the godly, which all goes back to Jacob and Esau. The sinner being Esau, and the godly being Israel, and the elect amongst the nation of Israel in particular. All right, you guys know?
A little bit more. It says, what agreement is there between the hyena and the dog?
Yep.
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Yeah, so come on, man. And even the beast teach you that. So let's go back.
Job 12:7. But as now the beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee.
See that? Yep, so let's go back.
Come back, Isaiah 10:20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Yeah, so they're not going to trust or stay upon the very one that smote them, man. How crazy can you be, man? Yeah, it is like this nigga General Yohana, man. You claim to be an Israelite, and I'm telling you those are amongst the circumcised. Because Jake don't know no better. But you niggas who got Hebrew names and platforms, YouTube channels, and you teach, and you convincing Jake to go out there and take the vaccine. See that? Well, the scriptures say that the elect, the remnant, will no longer trust in this devil. Read that again.
It said, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Holy One of Israel in truth.
Yes, see, you're going to have Jake's that's going to escape the elect, and they no longer going to trust in the so-called white man, but they're going to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in truth. See that? And that's where we at in this process, man. We don't give a damn. Matter of fact, Esau, bring it on. Do what you got to do, man. You know, our trust is in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Furthermore, we understand that everything centers around time. You had your time, now it's over. Matter of fact, let's close with what's that? Sirach 10. Sirach 10. You know what? Start at the top and we'll read that. I think the point like 4, if I'm not mistaken.
This book of Sirach 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Yep.
As the judge of the people is himself,
go ahead.
So are his officers. In what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Yeah, that's why the Lord is going to destroy man and beast here in America. Because you're under the vibration of Esau. Right? Go ahead.
He said, an unwise king destroyeth his people.
Yep, go ahead.
But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Right, so the Lord is the one who dictates who sits on the throne. The Lord has the jurisdiction over who rules. See, read that part again.
It said the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time.
And in what?
Due time.
And in due time, go ahead.
He will set over it one that is profitable.
See that? So again, everything centers around time. And Esau in no wise can cancel out time. You know, this man can't offset prophecy. This nigga can't call the time out. Time is moving, man. See that? And again, we will be in urgent times. This is a strong sense of urgency, you know, in the fact that, you know, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Everything is at stake right now. And again, the prophecy is coming to pass is a testament that, you know, we're in that time. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, the great millstone. Shalom, you brothers out there laboring in this work. And as always, the believers, the Akim and the Aqua, that subscribe to the truth as well. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom. DTA, Abba, Abba.